In early 1815, the world was quietly emerging from decades of turmoil in Europe, entirely unaware of a disaster about to unfold from the deep tropics. Amidst the serene emerald islands of the Indonesian archipelago stood Mount Tambora on Sumbawa Island, a slumbering titan rising over 4,000 meters high. To local sailors and farmers, the ocean was calm, trade was bustling, and the skies were clear and endlessly bright. But deep beneath the quiet mountain, unimaginable magma chambers were steadily churning and reaching lethal pressure. On the fateful evening of April 10, 1815, the mountain could no longer contain the fury. With tremors shaking the entire earth beneath Sumbawa, Tambora suddenly detonated in an unprecedented catastrophic blast, igniting one of the mightiest volcanic eruptions in human civilization. The raw explosion was so incomprehensibly devastating that it released energy equivalent to thousands of atomic bombs combined. It produced what historians record as one of the loudest atmospheric deafening roars across recorded human history. British colonial officers positioned in Sumatra and Malacca, over 2,600 kilometers away, literally believed they were hearing heavy naval cannon fire from nearby warring kingdoms. The violently ferocious ash column skyrocketed more than 40 kilometers up directly into the Earth's stratosphere. In a mere matter of terrifying hours, Mount Tambora lost almost a third of its entire colossal height, crashing down from a towering peak of 4,300 meters into a sprawling, desolate caldera just 2,800 meters high. As the intense localized horrors unfolded in Southeast Asia, the worst global nightmare was only just beginning to take shape above the skies. Millions upon millions of tons of sulfur dioxide aerosolized into the upper stratosphere, wrapping the entire globe in an immense, dark reflective chemical blanket. This dense veil acted like an inescapable atmospheric shield, relentlessly bouncing incoming sunlight straight back out into outer space. By the following year, 1816, the world was mysteriously plunged into an unearthly climate anomaly that historians remember as the legendary year without a summer. Across Western Europe and parts of Eastern North America, seasons literally fractured apart. Freezing frost and dense winter snowstorms relentlessly blasted farmland right in the middle of June, July, and August. With sun-starved crops freezing solid and rotting directly in the frozen soil, catastrophic global harvests quickly triggered one of the worst famines of the entire 19th century. From Ireland to central China, families found themselves desperately starving amidst unyielding freezing fog. Across devastated communities, millions suffered in cold silence beneath an unchanging, suffocating dark sky. This immense agricultural tragedy did not merely starve human civilization, it quickly paralyzed entire international logistical networks. Before modern combustion engines existed, working horses served as the indisputable biological engine of global transportation and agriculture. But as oat and corn crops totally failed, astronomical fodder prices caused massive livestock loss, grinding trade wagons and daily carriage transport to a freezing, agonizing halt. Yet, precisely during this dark chapter of global immobilization, sheer necessity gave birth to extraordinary human ingenuity. Stranded amidst quiet, horseless streets in Mannheim, Germany, a brilliant aristocratic inventor named Karl Drais began deeply wondering how to completely emancipate humanity from relying on animal locomotion. He urgently began sketching blueprints for an entirely mechanical wooden human-powered two-wheeled contraption. In the spring of 1817, Karl Drais unveiled his masterpiece, the loft machine, or running machine, later universally hailed as the Draisienne. By straddling a horizontal wooden frame between two identically aligned wheels and steering directly with front handlebars, humans could suddenly glide down open roads at unprecedented speeds using sheer physical leg impetus alone. This modest wooden machine became the absolute mechanical evolutionary ancestor of every single modern bicycle and motorcycle riding our roads today. Meanwhile, hundreds of kilometers away in Switzerland, the grim volcanic gloom was silently inspiring an entirely different cultural revolution. A lively gathering of famous intellectual writers, including Lord Byron, Percy Bysshe Shelley, and a deeply imaginative 18-year-old girl named Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin, found themselves totally trapped inside Villa Diodati near Geneva, forced indoors by endless icy torrential rains and thunderous dark skies. Deeply suffocated by the eerie apocalyptic atmosphere outside their windows, Lord Byron spontaneously challenged his houseguests to a friendly competition to write the ultimate spine-chilling horror ghost story. Haunted by terrifying dreams during that dark volcanic winter, young Mary Shelley penned a phenomenal literary masterpiece about an ambitious scientist daringly assembling life from dead matter, Frankenstein. Her chilling Gothic story not only mesmerized the literary world forever, but officially inaugurated the modern science fiction genre. When we deeply examine human history, we learn an extraordinary lesson about the incredible fragility and interconnectedness of our fragile blue planet. A single catastrophic volcanic detonation inside a remote Indonesian island thousands of miles away managed to alter global climate, inspire the permanent invention of the modern bicycle, and spark the creation of modern science fiction history. It proves that in our vibrant shared world, everything is irrevocably connected.